With only a little over a month left before my deadline, my main focus right now is my bear book. I did the rough page layout in Photoshop, so I know which images I'm including and pretty much where they go. I still have one more painting to finish, most of the writing to edit, and a trial by fire familiarization with Adobe InDesign to bring it all together. To say I'm feeling the pressure is an understatement, but deadlines are great motivators, especially when I've got promises to keep to my publisher. My regular workload is more than enough right now, but I've also been working on becoming more consistent with recording videos. Now, I'm not looking for YouTube fame. I'm trying to attract more eyes to my work, grow my email list, and ultimately make more sales. There is a tsunami of advice online from people who make videos for a living, self-titled content creators and influencers. The advice is inconsistent and depends on who's offering it, and much of it assumes everybody wants what they want. My profession is art, not YouTube. When I first started creating my whimsical wildlife paintings, I got plenty of unsolicited advice. Had I followed most of it, I would have slowly stripped away the personality and character until I became little more than a poor Robert Bateman wannabe. Since finding the personality is my favorite part of painting animals, following somebody else's path would have made me hate the work. I'd rather fail as myself than succeed as a bad copy of somebody else. I do want to become more consistent with recording, but I can't afford to create a new video every week and still honor my other commitments. At the same time, I can't post one every 6 months and expect it to have any impact. So I have to find something in between. And I have to figure out which methods work best for me and my audience. There's the talking head, me looking at the camera and sharing whatever is occupying my thoughts. That works sometimes. But people also want to see the painted work, because that's why most of them are following me. I've tried talking while I paint, but that feels clunky. I can focus on what I'm saying, or I can focus on the painting. When I try to do both, I tend to do neither particularly well. I can record from above, which lets you see my hand moving across the Wacom display. But it's difficult to get the light and color right, and now I've got a camera in my field of view. That makes it harder to get lost in the painting, which is when I do my best work. The other option is to write the narrative separately, like I've done here, and record the audio after the painting is finished. A painting can take many hours, over several days or weeks, and that footage has to be stitched together and cut down to size. I'll often speed it up because painting in real time is pretty boring to watch. When I'm painting, I'm finding the character while I work. I know the finished piece will be in my style. I know it'll have that cartoony but real look, but will it become a goofy grin, a sly expression, a surprised look, or something else entirely? The enjoyment lies in the discovery. When I'm recording it, however, that discovery can be harder to find because now I'm not only thinking about painting. I'm thinking, how long has the camera been running? Is the changing light going to create glare? Don't bump the tripod. Don't change the angle of the display. Did the recording stop? Is the battery still good? Did I just lean into the shot? Instead of just painting a bear. I started this one as a sketch on the Wacom MovinkPad 11, a portable display I really enjoy working with. My plan was to go as far as I could on that display and maybe use the result as an accent sketch in the book. But as often happens, I kept seeing the potential for a little more personality, then a little more detail, until eventually I brought it into my full PC setup and painted some more on my Wacom Cintiq. By the way, Wacom isn't sponsoring this. I've just used their tablets and displays for almost 30 years, and they're the best tools for the work I do. The more I painted, the more I realized this sketch was becoming a finished piece, and the expression I started with in the sketch changed as I worked, as often happens. I started out thinking, I'll make him grinning or happy, but he gradually became surprised, maybe even a little defensive. My favorite pieces are the ones where I can imagine what the critter might be thinking. That's why I'm calling this one, Who, Me? So that's how I'm going to keep approaching these videos. I'm still figuring out what works, what gets in the way, and what feels natural enough that I can concentrate on the painting instead of thinking about the recording. I'm just going to keep trying different things. Keep what works, get rid of what doesn't, pretty much the same way I learned to paint. If you'd like to see, hear, and read more about my work, sign up for a Wilder View, which is my regular email. There's a link in the description below. Cheers!